it's noon. The way you speak to me.
It's exactly noon, actually.
Don't ever speak to me the way that she wants, the way that she's happy that he speaks to her. Because then we're going to have a problem. Then we're going to have a problem. Don't ever speak to me like that.
Deep lyrics.
Oh, I know. It's my girl. It's the track. Speak to me. Oh, man. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Tuesday? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday. Tuesday.
It's a big day.
I guess. No, it's not Monday. It's not the best day of the week.
It is not.
But you're looking better, feeling better.
I am feeling much better.
And that's all that matters.
Yes.
Who cares? Who cares what people say?
Yeah.
They're probably waiting for it. Right? They're like, oh, well, these guys. You know?
Giving up.
Oh, Tuesday. We usually post it on Tuesday.
That's right.
Today we're recording on Tuesday. May still post it on Tuesday. See
That's up to you.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel.
Maybe you need a little caffeine.
No, that's why I'm passing up on your little date. Stop trying to ask me out on dates. Pause. Don't do that. You gotta stop this. I do not want to go on a date with you, Dan. Pause.
I don't want to go on a date with you either.
That's not what your walls say.
My wall?
It's not what your walls are telling everyone. It's not what your neighbors could hear. Oh, they hear.
You know what? My neighbor, I haven't even talked to my neighbors.
Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The one across the street, I don't even think that person is occupying that place anymore.
I feel like just knock on the doors and just show my face, say hi.
Introduce yourself?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You gotta live beside them. They gotta know the vibes.
Yeah.
They gotta know why I'm yelling every Monday or Tuesday, sometimes Thursdays, even on a Friday. They gotta know why. They need to know why.
I don't think they're home right now.
That's fine.
No.
Oh, I really prayed someone knocked back. It's not Monday. It is Tuesday, which means that it is not hump day.
No.
And it's not the start of the week.
Nope.
It's that day that everyone hates. I love it. I don't know why I love it, but this week I love it because we're here potting, Potter's Pod, doing what we do best soccer/footy podcast in the world. You know what time it is. They know. You know.
I know.
I feel like we should have no. Oh, no. Last time we said, never mind. I'm tripping.
All right.
I'm tripping. Things that go through my mind at the time that we record, it's crazy. So I'm just feeling like something's off here. I don't know what it is, but something's off.
We're missing a third person.
No, I don't care about that third person anymore.
All right.
He got his due diligence last week.
we shouted him out.
Yeah. Yeah. We may shout you out next week because I know it's your birthday coming up.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I would be the first person to message you, even before your wife.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm coming in between. Pause. I'm coming in between. Nah, yeah, it's his birthday next week. So he gets like one more shout out of the year. Then after that, no more shout outs.
Okay.
Unless his team does something like spectacular, which I don't know because it looks like they're selling their entire squad. So
yeah, they're not even in the Champions League.
They're not. What? They're not?
No.
I swear they are.
No.
I don't care. No, but we're no need to fact check. Okay. We'll see in October or September. Yeah, if they're there. You know, if they are and you just diss them like that, he's gonna give you hands.
I think I can take Fabs.
Okay.
BP, I don't think so.
You said it, not me.
You?
You said it, not me. But yeah, man, it's Tuesday. Vibes are good. Vibes are always great. Just getting it popping. Young Danny C in the cut. Dan Summer of Dan here on a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah. Live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. It's Danny C on the ones and twos. What are you playing today, Dad?
Not your music. By the way, how were the Oranges?
When was the last time I saw you, by the way?
Yeah, I know.
It was their first concert, by the way?
Ever?
Yeah, first concert ever. I was there. We made history. Shout out to the Oranges.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Oranges. I'm saying this loud because I'm not speaking to the mic. Oranges, emotional Oranges. They got me in my emotions.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. They definitely should have had the concert when they released the volume 2. So they have like a little mixtape out as like 8 songs.
Okay.
Which means that realistically they could only perform probably 8 to 12 songs, which is what they did.
Right.
And there was a big lineup. The place was packed. It was a nice venue for them to really get into that concert vibe.
What was the location of the venue?
It was the Mod Club.
You know what? I heard that's a very nice place to have intimate concerts.
Yeah, and I'm all for intimate concerts.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of these stadium concerts anymore.
Are you a fan? Because I know there was another event held at the is it called Budweiser Stage now? I lose track of what they renamed.
Oh, Budweiser Stage.
The one by BMO.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of those outdoor concerts, or you prefer those intimate?
The outdoor concerts are okay, but I still want seats for them.
So you don't like to sit on the lawn?
No,
You're not
I'm
a lawn
good.
guy.
No,
Okay, that's
no,
fair.
I don't want to sit on anyone's lawn.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to sit on my lawn.
Hell, I don't even have a lawn.
Yeah, see, that's keep it that way. No, but it was good. I love the intimate concerts. I love when everyone there actually knows the words to the songs.
Yeah.
And that they could actually vibe out together. So I think that was very important. And yeah, I just think that the vibes were really good, and it was a good concert. It did last. It did go as
How
short as
long was it?
it was roughly an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, they have like 8 to 12 songs, right?
So they ran through all of them, and
Yeah, and everyone knew all of them, which was great. And that's why I felt like they should have put out another volume 2. But I guess touring is not a bad thing because that's where a lot of these artists make their money.
Yeah.
Through merch
tickets.
and through tickets and whatnot, rather than putting out songs, right?
so are they now touring what, all of Canada or?
So they were in America for a bit, and I think now they're going to Europe.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so they're not really that well known. Maybe give it maybe another 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that likes to go to concerts before
They explode.
before they explode.
Yeah.
Because then just inflation in prices, inflation in the crowd, and
But then the venues become larger too.
yeah,
You lose that little intimacy.
yeah. That's your word for today, isn't it?
I'm trying.
Ah.
I'm gonna come with a new
Dan
word.
and his lover bag. Yeah. Danny
But
C.
you mentioned something. You said you used the word history.
Okay, can I intro the pod before we get into that nonsense that
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
that
Sorry.
you just want to get into it?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
this,
ahead.
this is a soccer/footy podcast.
I know, but
best soccer/footy podcast.
But if you
in the world. I don't know.
If you
I don't
rewind
know.
if you
I don't-
rewind it, and a
no,
couple weeks ago,
no.
I made a prediction that actually came true. So I want to kind of get into
see,
that.
people don't care.
Yeah, they do.
They come here for soccer and footy. They don't come for your basketball analysis. They did not come here for that. They did not come here to tell you that you got it right for once.
You hear that, Spurs? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care. They don't care. But we'll let you get your 15 seconds of fame
Yeah.
in a second
Thank you.
because it matters.
Yeah.
And I guess it does matter. History is being made.
Yeah. Exactly. You want to intro the pod?
I don't think is that really history. History is only if you win.
They won.
If you win it all.
Oh, I'm not gonna say anything now.
And it's funny because now I'm in the minority as to what everyone thinks because they think that they think.
Oh,
If
I
that
know what they're
makes sense.
thinking. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Are we gonna watch a game together?
No, we're probably not. This is what when I'm in finals mode.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a game with no one. No one, because everyone here doesn't end up watching the finals after because they lose interest in the finals because the Raptors never make it there.
Yeah.
I'm a different type of person.
I know.
in a different type of state
Because
and yeah.
oh, that's so corny, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I am my mental state is through the roof.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
I thought you were doing a little pun.
Yeah, do me better.
Yeah.
I'm better than that. That is
Okay.
corny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I can handle that watching with people, especially people cheering for the other team. Oh. I had to do it for 4 years with Cleveland. I went down to Cleveland a few times.
I know.
Watched the finals. Steph Curry jersey in that building.
Yeah.
Survived.
I listen. I've given you. I've
And
given
it
you
may have-
massive respect.
And it may happen again this year.
You going to Toronto in a Toronto game with the Steph Curry jersey on?
I survived Cleveland.
I'm not going to say you're going to get jumped here in Toronto.
I know.
I'm just saying. Are you going to a game?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Told you. Expect the unexpected.
I know.
You just look for me in the crowd.
I'll look for you on the TV. I don't know those people like you do.
Okay. And anyways, you whatever, man. You ready? I gotta see if these levels. Talking to the mic.
I'm ready.
Talking to the mic. Make sure these levels are good.
Oh, I hope so.
Make sure everything's fine.
We've been talking for a while, so let's hope that the levels are
I'm
up.
joking. Who cares? If it doesn't record, it doesn't record. You come back next week. get this week's news and then next week's news.
Hey.
What do people care anymore? So what? The show's gonna go on.
Yeah,
We're still here. Another week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
As long as you're ready. Mic's on.
Mike's on.
Cameras on.
Cameras on.
Vibes in the city are on. Soundboard's on. I'm pretty sure it's on. I don't know why I keep exiting it, but I keep doing it. We're getting it poppin'. It's the InnerViews Podcast, episode 78, live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. It's your guy, Tyrrell, here with all the heavy tunes. Your noon drive, the 12 and 12. Do they have a 12 and 12? They probably don't.
No.
The noon mix.
If they don't, we know what we're doing.
The noon vibes. Here, providing you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy content and analysis and potting. And because this is the best soccer/footy podcast in the world, it's your guy Tyrrell. We're here, Toronto, Ontario. Like I just said, the weather was great yesterday. Today it's a bit chilly. Get your windbreakers on, get your hoodies on, get whatever you need to keep warm on. Well, by the time you're hearing this, is probably Wednesday, so hopefully the weather is a bit warmer. I am not alone. Like I said, I'm here with my guy Danny C, young Dan in the cut. Daniel, I just want to call you Daniel today.
I know. Using all the names.
Yeah, man. It's your summer. Dan's summer of Dan. You are here. How are you feeling? What is good? What is going on?
I am feeling much better than I did yesterday. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats. Thank you. It was good. It was a good, got a little bit of sun on the weekend. Finally some good weather. So,
got into your running bag?
I did a little run. Went to a beach. That's not really a beach, but that's what they call it.
Yeah, we don't got to disclose which beach you're at.
No.
You trash for going to the beach before June.
I know. But you know what? A lot of people were out on
They're trash
on the
too.
weekend. What?
If they went to that beach?
Oh yeah, I'm never going back there. But yeah, a lot of people were out in the city on Sunday, more than I thought, after a majority of the city was out late Saturday night. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Hopefully the weather stays this way for the next 2 months, 3 months, even 4.
Saying you don't want snow in July?
I do not want snow even in November.
You don't want rain in June?
No, God no. But I know it's coming. Today is not great, but gotta get it out. Got a little footy match tonight, 10 o'clock.
If that was an invite, I'm not going.
No, your invite is
nope, still not going.
Is that date?
Still not going. I saw you try to tweet me. It's not happening. I'm retired.
No,
Let it be known. I'm saying on this podcast every single week, I am retired.
I know.
I am not coming out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I know, but even
I won it, and done.
Well, we won it.
Yeah, so that's it. I gotta go back and lose. You win and then come back and lose when you know you're washed. You just pack it up.
That's fair.
I'm smarter than a lot of these athletes out there trying to come back for pride or because their ego won't let them, fall off the top. Yeah, I'm falling off gracefully. Take my wins and cut.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll surprise you, but at this moment, I'm retired until further notice.
All right. Keep a spot open.
Okay, that's cool. I could watch. I could cheerlead. Got a little foam finger. Create some chants. Whatever gets you guys going, pause. We could do that. But whatever. How was besides that, your weekend was good?
It was very good.
Week was good. We didn't talk for an entire week.
I know.
How did that feel? Do you like the space? Did it feel distant?
I thought you were mad at me or something.
Oh yeah, you're corny.
No, it was good. It was a busy week for me outside of this podcast. So work is keeping me relatively busy. But other than that, no, life is good.
Got a lot of shit done. Stayed busy. The weather's nice. Went to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Dan.
I know.
Oh, did you?
For the first time, I actually got burnt in the sun. Normally, I don't burn.
And you got burnt?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. Look at you.
Unlike my skin, normally it doesn't. It just changes colors.
Oh, you Canadian now.
I have.
you real
you know
Canadian.
What? That's karma for not watching Serie A.
You real Canadian now.
Yeah.
I told you, you trash.
Yeah.
You're not a real Italian.
No,
you're fake.
Don't watch Serie A.
No.
Get burnt in the sun.
Exactly. You deserve everything you're getting now.
Yeah, I know. This is karma. This is karma.
Oh, you trash. And that's good, man. Yeah, I was distant. Felt like we need space. Got tired of seeing you every 3 or 4 days. We've been doing like the 3 or 4 days thing with Fabs for a while.
Yeah, I know.
And so now when we get the 1 week, let you do your thing, let you get into your bag.
Yeah.
It's your summer. Don't want to intrude. Don't want to ruin the vibes. I know you're the man. Once June 21st hits, so maybe I should embrace this time. Maybe I should embrace this time because I don't want June 21st hits or 20th, whenever summer rolls around. That's your time.
Yeah.
Anything. I'm not worthy.
Okay.
To step out onto these streets with you.
All right.
Oh, man.
That's fine.
Young Danny C in the cut. No sweater because it's too hot because he's got the drip.
Listen, I better hit the gym before that.
Oh, you got a month. You got a month to get into tip-top shape.
I can do it.
Yeah, I got faith. I got faith in you.
I
Did you touch the city on Saturday night?
did.
Yeah.
We were in the
Oh, you were
streets.
one of those losers.
Yeah, I was.
Oh man.
Yeah. We watched the game at a bar, and then headed back home, and ran into an intersection on King, and there was a lot of people. They thought you know what? They thought they were in Europe celebrating a monumental victory. They weren't. It wasn't. They tried. But yeah, you know what? The city showed a little bit of flair on Saturday. So yeah, I joined in a bit. I have some videos to show you. I'll show it to you after.
I saw the videos I need to see. I saw the people dancing on the bus.
Yeah.
I saw everyone crowded around Yonge and Dundas Square.
Yep.
I saw everyone out in the streets honking and celebrating and pretending to play basketball with each other, and
Yeah.
it was a good vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like I understand it, and I'm extremely happy for the city. This is 20 plus years in the making. Never thought we'd see the day, and now it's here. So I can understand, and I get it. And I will never shit on anyone for not feeling happy and prideful for what is about to occur. Mind you, not many people have had the opportunity to go to an NBA final. So when I was in Cleveland those 2 times, I saw how that city reacted to the games, and I can kind of expect what the city will be like Thursday and then Sunday night. And then I'm assuming there's going to be a game 5. So I assume how they'll be for that as well. Well, depending on how it goes, they could be a bit nervous, but I could expect how they'll be for game 1 and 2. And it'll be somewhat similar to how Cleveland was. And you have every right to do it. The celebrations, we could have toned down a bit, because there's a chance that they could win. I'm not going to
win what?
I'm not going to give you a percentage. There's a chance that they could win.
Okay.
Because they are in it, and we don't know what's going to...
You are so corny. That's fine. Okay.
No.
Yeah, there's a theoretical chance that they can win. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, no, I'm not going to hit you with that. But there's I don't like, a lot of people are saying they're going to get swept, which is not going to happen.
No, I don't think they're going to get swept.
Okay, well, they're not going to get swept, to get that out.
No.
And if they do, I'll laugh. But I will laugh. But I don't think they will. But I just feel like the way the celebrations were going, I was like, you should have held on to that until...
So you're kind of saying...
Unless they win.
You're kind of saying, act like you've been there before.
Well, you haven't been there before, so don't act like it.
But I mean...
But just
tone it down.
Yeah, just a bit.
That's fine.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
I felt like the street bombardment and whatnot was...
Can I ask for your score prediction, or you're not going to give it to me?
I'm not going to give you it.
Okay.
I've listened to everyone give me their score prediction. I don't give a damn about what they think.
Okay.
A lot of feelings are in there. The funniest one is Raptors in 7.
Raptors in 7.
Yeah, that's been like the general consensus. That's how everyone feels. But yeah, it's finals mode, man. Been here, seen them lose, seen that heartbreak. The only thing I really say is that Golden State has only lost 1 series in these last 5 years, and it took a lot of things to not go their way, combined with superhuman performance by one of the best players to ever play.
When was the last time they lost
a series?
Yeah,
2016 in the finals.
Oh, against LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so,
you're right.
So it took a superhuman performance from one of the best players to ever play, and an elite sidekick. And I don't know if we're gonna get that from Toronto. So, yeah. But we'll just leave that there.
All right.
And because I'm so invested towards one side, now it's kind of like I'm not gonna make those predictions.
No, that's good.
As long as they win, then that's all that matters. You want to talk about history? I'm here for history too.
Yeah.
Maybe not the history that everyone else wants to see.
Yeah.
But I'm here for history.
That would be 3 in a row?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So, we'll do 4 out of 5.
And 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
You're still behind the Chicago Bulls, in my opinion.
That's fine.
Yeah. That was that Chicago Bulls team. Because that's when I truly started. That was my era. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, And that Bulls team for me is still one of the
Yeah.
greatest.
If I'll tell you, if they win this and Kevin doesn't come back, then we're gonna have to change that tone. Because
You think this team is better than the Bulls?
I
Or in that stretch of that's not just that one Bulls team, but just that couple 3 or 4 years that Bulls team had.
Yeah, we have to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's fair.
We have to have a conversation. If they win without Kevin, then that says a lot to me, because I don't know if those Bulls team could win if Michael wasn't playing or if Scotty wasn't there.
Yeah, you could say that.
So that is also why. And but we'll see. To be corny, they got to play the games.
Yes.
We got to see the ball is round.
Yeah.
Anything can happen at Jurassic Park.
You're right.
Kawhi's.
Yeah.
Freddie Van Curry is that's not happening. Stop. But yeah, to talk about is you get your 15 seconds of fame off. People don't care about the basketball talk, but we'll get into it quickly. What do you guys say?
No.
You're right.
I just want to say I was right. That was it. That's it. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I said Raps in 6, and you didn't believe me.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nobody believed me.
Yeah.
Not even that bum Stephen A. Smith. He's a bum, by the way. I hope he gets stuck in the line.
He's great.
Every time he comes
He's
here.
great. I love him.
If I was at Customs, I would make him wait just on purpose.
I love him. He's great.
He's
great TV.
Yeah.
He's great TV.
Yeah, he's great TV. That's about it. You're right. No, that's it. Do you want to get into the?
Yeah, you did get it right. And I have no time to explain why you got it right.
That's fine.
But yeah, that was good. Anything else happened that mattered? I guess that was our little basketball prep talk for anyone that matters or anyone that cares about it.
No, but I think we should stay on that history road if you want to get into the footy stuff.
Well, eventually, but I just want to know if there's anything else that mattered in your life.
Sorry.
That mattered.
No.
Nothing?
No. I think it's been relatively quiet.
Okay.
There is some big stuff coming up though.
I know.
But this week was
It was calm?
I mean, look, yeah.
Okay. Hey, there's no pressure here.
Yeah, it was
and
calm.
we've already confirmed that this podcast that we don't give away much.
No, you're right.
So we're not giving away anything.
No, yes.
I could go on a huge rant about how females don't know what they want.
No.
And then they know what they want.
Let me cut off your mic there.
They don't know what they want, but then they know what they want, and they're just like, damn.
No.
What do they really want?
No.
I need fabs.
No.
Fine, man.
We're gonna get shut down
on next week's podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna prep Dan to get into his. No, I'm joking. I will get into my female bag and let you guys know how I really feel about them. And if you're ready. And I'm ready. Give a big shout out to the YouTube subscribers, everyone that listens, the returning listeners, the new listeners, those that have left but will one day come back on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, and any Android apps on your Android devices. Shout out to those on Instagram, Facebook, Quora, and like I said, shout out to those on Twitter. I think, yeah, that's about it. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the independent men, independent women, all the soccer podcasts out there, all the Toronto podcasts, as long as they know that we're the best soccer/footy podcast in the world, especially one in Toronto. Shout out to those. Shout out to all the kids. Shout out to those that are trying to enjoy the weather. Shout out to those getting ready for the NBA finals. Should I shout them out? Shout out to the cops for doing their job. All the public service workers that have to deal with that crap. The Uber drivers, the taxi drivers, streetcar drivers, those who have to work in the subways. I guess they're all public service workers. Yeah. Shout out to the mailmen. Shout out to everyone, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to the girl downstairs that made the great lunch that we had that Dan recommended. She gets a shout out. We should have told her that she was going to get a shout out so that she could listen. And yeah, man. Shout out to everyone. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to that's about it. No one else is getting a shout out this week. But next week, we're giving a shout out to everyone. I got it on a pen and paper, but I just forgot it. A lot of people have been requesting the shout outs.
You know what? I got the same thing. People are like, oh, why don't you shout me out?
Because they don't matter. They don't matter. Sorry. You guys ask me, not Dan. It's got to go through Dan, then go through me.
You're right.
And then I'll be like,
I tell him.
What have you done for us lately? No.
I said, T.Y. is the producer. I'm just here.
I produce. No, I'm joking, man. Shout out to everyone that Dan wants a shout out from Dan.
No.
Y'all don't get names. Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's all they get for now.
That's fine.
With that being said, if you are ready and I am ready, the camera's ready, camera guy in the back is ready, audio guy is ready, then let's get into the shits because we got a lot to talk about. And the InnerViews Podcast, episode 78, is about to get poppin'. I always forget. How do I forget? It's the InnerViews Podcast, episode 78. Your guy Tyrrell, live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. Not that much stuff happened this weekend in the soccer/footy world, but Dan felt that we had to do a podcast, so let's kind of do it. Let's kind of do it. We felt like we had to do a podcast. Let's pod. What mattered? What didn't matter? What did you think was the main talking point of the week? Because I don't really care, and I struggle to get through all these games and struggle to get through the news, but somebody's got to do it. And if there's anyone that's going to provide you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis, it's going to be us. And where better to start than with Dan telling us where we are going to start? Where are we going to start?
I think we have to start in my country.
No, we don't have to.
Well, I would like to start there.
For the second week in a row?
Yes.
That's good. Look at you being all patriotic now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all those comments really got to you now. You're kind of feeling real. You're not feeling the Italian vibes anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniele.
Let's start there.
Daniele. What Daniele? Where are we starting? What mattered?
I think we should start with your boys.
Shout out to them for winning. I did. Oh, really? So
They were a little bit nervous, though.
I know. It
It took a little,
a few dismissals.
yeah. I almost felt that they were letting the moment get to them a bit. But yeah, Sassuolo are what they are. But you know what? I credit to Atalanta because they deserved to be in those top three. In the top four. It's a big moment for that club. I just hope for them that they're able to keep some of those big star players. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's been your whole heart for the past few weeks.
So it's a great achievement for the club itself. I'm happy for them. They deserve to be where they are. For me, Gasperini is the manager of the year.
Yep. Can't debate that.
I also heard one guy argued with me, and he made a good point that possibly the manager of Spal for keeping them up and finishing where they finished.
Yeah, how the hell did Spal survive?
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, oh well.
So
we can't really joke on them now.
No, so he kind of made a point that maybe they should that manager should also be in the running. But for me, it's Gasperini.
No.
No, what?
No. The Spal manager can't be manager of the year.
Okay. No.
He can't.
No.
No. I don't care what he did. With what resources?
Right. So for me, Gasperini is the manager of the year. Yeah, I mean he's leaving for Roma next year, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a great achievement by the club, and let's see what they can do in the Champions League. The fact that they can possibly host a game against a Barcelona, Real Madrid, or a Bayern Munich for a club like Atalanta is a dream.
I'm happy. They've been the most exciting side in Italy for me, at least throughout this year, and well deserved. It does suck because yes, Gasperini's going to leave. What shape are they going to be in come next year with the players that could be moving on or could be coming in? There's a bit of uncertainty there, and what are they able to eclipse what they've done this season? Do they just get through it? And I feel like that's the problem that a lot of Italians that aren't really connected to the club had with them finishing in the top four opposed to Milan or opposed to Roma, because of the uncertainty and the fact that they may consider that to be a wasted spot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they were one of the better teams in the league this season, which is an indictment on the others. And if anything, short term, it may seem that way, but long term, now it kind of forces the other three to look themselves in the mirror and be like, look, that happened.
Yep.
You let that team finish in the top four. Two of your more prestigious clubs aren't in the top four. Mm-hmm. And that's a big problem. And those those board members, those guys that run the club and make the big decisions now have to really look at it, including Inters, and they have to look at themselves and be like, look, this cannot happen again. It cannot. And that's why I feel like, you know what? Good. I don't care if Atalanta go into the Champions League next season and lose all 6 games.
Yep.
If that pushes Milan, who have announced that Gattuso won't be there next season,
and Leonardo,
which is perfect.
Yep.
So those two ain't going to be there.
And that's what we've said.
Yeah. So those two ain't going to be there next season. Gasperini is on his way to Roma, hoping that he could replicate what he did at Atalanta over there and provide them with stability. And apparently Conte is on his way to Inter. Yep, that is the rumor. So if that all happens and we see them slowly tread in the right direction, then this was all worth it. So that's how I look at it. And they deserve it. So at the end of the day, those are the two factors that I see, is that they deserve it, and it should push those other 3 to be better. And yeah. I have nothing much to say about the game because to me, it didn't really matter as long as they won.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like we're at a point where we don't really need to break down that specific game.
No.
Sorry. We've been talking about Atalanta all year. So no, not today. I saw that, and I saw Inter because I felt like there's no point in me watching Milan because I've watched Milan enough this season to know what they're about. And I'm so happy that their season is over. And I'm so happy that they're going to move forward. Yep. And I just pray that they make the right decision. But I watched Inter, and they almost blew it.
Yep. I kind of felt bad for Empoli because they got relegated in the end.
No, I don't feel bad. They should have won. Go out there and get the point.
If
I know
who it was, but he had a glorious chance against Andanovic in
was it
90th minute?
Caputo or Farias?
Yeah.
I know. And then Traore, I know they had their chances, and Inter were doing their utmost best to not win that game.
Oh yeah.
A Cardi pathetic penalty.
Yep.
Look, man, remember when we talked about why he didn't play in that Napoli game?
Yep.
Although he did make a good run for the build up to the Keita Balde goal.
Yeah, he pulled that defender away. Yeah. A nice goal.
Yes, very nice goal. Because I didn't think a goal was coming.
Yeah, and then he got himself sent off.
Well, whatever.
Idiot.
Yeah.
But
my thing here is that if Mario Cardi is who Mario Cardi thinks he is or wants to think he is, he needs to play better than that.
And in a game like that, or just for a whole season?
In a game like that, okay. and generally for a whole season, and I do give him a bit of a pass because of the players around him and the instability at that club in terms of the managers, but it's not even about goals or the glut of goals that he gets against weaker sides when he does have those really great or has had those really great years. It's just the general play. Like, be involved. Right. And you have all the ability to be involved. You are not a poacher. You are not a target man. Nope. You have everything to be one of the best strikers in the world.
So let's assume that it is Conte coming in. Is Icardi the guy that you focus your attack around, or if you were him, what would you, watching him this year? Is he a guy that you can trust? Is that a guy that you want at your club, or do you move on?
This is going to be the season where we learn all that.
So you keep him.
This is the season where we learn all that we need to know about Mauro Icardi, because now you have a winner joining your club. Mm-hmm. This is not any of the other bums that have coached you throughout your time there. I like to say that they're,
with the exception of Mourinho.
Was it Mourinho was there when Icardi was there?
Oh, with Icardi there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant just coaches in the past.
No. So these are not all the other bums. You have a perennial winner, that a manager that has won in 2 different leagues and one in that league, coaching you now.
Yep.
So now there are no more excuses for you. This is it. You are what, 25, 26? Approaching your peak. You got a winner joining your club. You got to do something now.
And he's got the summer off because he wasn't included in the Copa America squad.
So he's got everything going for him. And there are no excuses. You deliver now. You got a good manager. He's going to build the squad around you to ensure that you can score as many goals as you can, because that is definitely a great opportunity for Conte. And it's one of the better strikers that Conte is going to be working with in terms of talent. Now, can he get the best out of that talent? Can he maximize that talent? We'll see. It's 50-50. Conte could lay down the framework for him, but at the end of the day, he has to go out there and get the job done. He has to prove a lot to us. And whether he thinks it or not, he has to prove a lot to us, because he has another one of those seasons. I don't know who the hell wants him.
I know.
So he has a lot to prove to us. And Conte is walking into a great situation, because I felt that he wanted Icardi when he was in England after Diego Costa left. And on the flip side, he's been chasing Angolan for years.
Yeah.
He's been chasing Angolan for years. So now he finally gets him, obviously probably at the wrong side of his career.
Exactly.
But he's been chasing him for years. That squad has a lot of framework to do, because I don't like the midfield. I don't care how good of a year or how much better Vecino has looked.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do better than Vecino.
Yep.
If you're going to win the league. And I don't like the wide players. I'm not a big Perisic fan.
Nope.
And the back line has some work to do.
Yeah.
So they're a squad that have invested a lot of money, and now you have Conte, and I'm pretty sure they'll invest more money. And I think this is a great opportunity for Conte to rebuild his credibility following what happened at Chelsea towards the end. Not saying not to say that it took that much of a dip, but just to remind people of how good of a manager he is or can be. And it's a great chance for Inter to finally, because they could have easily drew that game. Handanovic made some big saves.
Very big
I'm pretty sure De Vrij hit the crossbar.
Yes.
When the ball came across, he guided the ball off the crossbar.
Yep.
So there's a lot of work to do, because they should not have to go to the final game for the second consecutive year to finish in the top 4. Mm-hmm. They have enough talent to get there, but there's Spalletti. He wasn't getting the best out of them, and not to say that they're the greatest squad, but if you just get the best out of that squad, they should not be in a dogfight on the final day with those bums.
Yep, I agree.
And now I have to consider them bums, because they were in that and almost lost it.
Yep. We were saying that we weren't even for a while considering Inter in the fight to finish in the top 4.
Remember,
we had them.
Remember I said that they should be fine based off what they have.
Exactly.
Not that they were great, but
and
based off what they have.
Lo and behold, look where they finish. So I think you've said everything that's important. This is a big year coming up for Icardi, and now we assume that Conte is the guy that's going to come in. Look, like you said, he's a manager that's won not only just in Serie A, but he's won in England too, and he's a winner. And I think he's going to bring that winning mentality to that club, which is something that they've sorely lacked ever since Mourinho and to a certain extent Mancini left that club. So, I
don't know if I can classify Icardi in those young kids that I don't like, but he's definitely borderline. He's not a kid, but he floats. I'll drag him in there.
All right.
I'll drag him in there.
That's fair.
Because there's a lot of hype, or there was a lot of hype around him, and he needs to do more.
I think it's fair.
He needs to do more.
Yeah, he's not he's not a kid like those other guys, like the Griezmanns and the Pogbas.
No, they're roughly the same age. Pogba's like 25, 26.
Is he?
Yeah, and Griezmann's roughly the same age too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, okay. all those little guys floating around my age, like, grow up. Yeah. Like,
start a podcast.
No, I don't want to hear them talk either.
Okay.
I don't hear them talk. Off-season Paul on Instagram is much better than on-season Paul on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So like,
he's a family man.
Yeah, he's just quiet.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, why don't you be like that all year?
Yeah, he's in his place with his family.
Yeah, good.
Good for him.
Yeah, maybe you should be a family man more often. Or just revert to that.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
what else?
The same thing applies to Milan. Like I said, I'm happy their season is over.
Yep.
And when we look at all the Premier League sides that have a lot to work to do, I feel like this summer is going to be a great summer, because there are a lot of clubs that have a lot of work to do. There are a handful of clubs that I think maybe like one or two tweaks and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of clubs, and specifically in Italy, I think all of them have a lot of work to do.
You could say that all the top 6 squads all have work to do.
Yeah, in Italy, yeah. 100%.
In Italy, I'm talking about in Italy.
Yeah, no, 100%. Milan have a lot of work to do. I don't care that they won this weekend.
Roma have work to do.
Yeah.
Inter, we just spoke about. Atalanta have work to do, but a different type of work. Napoli do, and we've spoken at length about Juve have work to do it as well. All of them, I find that they have work to do, but in a different aspect.
I feel like all those teams fighting for that top 4 spot, except for Atalanta, are roughly in the same aspect.
No, but I mean, like, some of them have better pieces together than others.
Yeah.
Others are far ahead in terms of a plan and the squad and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, look, I think Milan need a number of pieces to get into that squad. Another year in the Europa League for them. How
New coach.
yeah.
Anyone linked with them?
I haven't heard anything as of yet. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because they're in the Europa League, and I've stressed that if they had made the Champions League, that job becomes a little bit more prestigious just because of the name of the club and the history. But you're in the Europa League, and there's a lot of work to do at that club. I don't know what manager they can find to come in, whether it's an Italian manager or not. It's yet to be seen.
They have a lot of work to do, and we're going to learn a lot about certain players. We have to see what the midfield's going to look like. Bakayoko was on loan, and he had a really good season for them. So does he come back? And if he doesn't, how do you replace that? I always felt that the creativity, to me, Suso can't be the main guy because you're not going to get to where you need to be if he's the main guy. Mm-hmm. So you have to look into that. Çalhanoğlu isn't the creator that many people had thought he would be.
Or and expected him to be.
And then you got to look at the two signings. Paqueta's kind of dropped off after those 6 or 7 weeks where he started very well. Mm-hmm. And can Piatek give you what Piatek has given Serie A this season?
Yep.
Can he give you all those goals? And I don't know if he can, because second season coming around, when teams actually do their homework, I'm pretty sure they do their homework in Italy.
Yeah, they do.
When they do their homework and they realize what you're good at, what you're not good at, then we get to really know what you're about. There's just so much dead weight in that squad of players that are not good enough. Think about the Barinis, the Cutrones, all of them, the Castillejos, all of them not good enough. So I'm interested to see who they bring in and how they go about it, because top 4 could have saved them maybe a year or 2 of work that they need to get done. Mm-hmm. But now I feel like it just keeps them where they're at, and they have to face reality and they have to get the job done, because I still think that besides Inter's issues, they're still a bit ahead of them. And Milan are floating slightly above Roma just because Roma kind of imploded this season.
Yeah.
And I feel like Roma's main players could be gone.
Yes.
Well, Dzeko's old, so whatever.
Yep.
But I feel like Manolas could be gone this summer.
Yep.
Because a lot of teams are looking for center backs, and he would be one that isn't.
He's actually rumored with Juve.
See, and he's one that could go and not go for a really ridiculous fee.
Yep.
And he's competent. He's competent enough to play for a big side.
Oh, and I was about to say that's why that move to Juve isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but I looked through the squad, and it's a lot of young kids that could be great, but need to be around great players to get to that level. Which is why your boy Zaniolo could eventually leave. We have like the Kluivert kid, and who else do they have on that team? Shedzik Under. We don't know how. Like a lot of potentially great players or potentially very good players, but they're not there yet, and they're not even close to it yet.
No.
Which is why
they're still very raw.
Which is why I've questioned their recruitment over the past few seasons, and the midfield just ain't it. Like De Rossi's gone. We got to give a big shout out to him.
Yep.
But like the rest, like Cristante, no. And Zonzi, not a perfect fit there. Who else they put in midfield? Forgot Buddy's name, but not good either. He's not good either. So I put Milan slightly above Roma in terms of and in terms of who is treading in the right direction. So they all have so much work to do, and something's got to get done.
Pellegrini?
Yes. Yeah. He's not even that good.
Yeah.
He's not. So I want to see where they're going to go now, Because now they kind of lost that leadership too. Because at least when Totti was gone, they had De Rossi, who was the kind of the heartbeat. Now I guess Florenzi is going to take that role.
That's
the idea.
Because that's another Roman.
Yeah.
But I want to before I do want to take a second to shout out De Rossi. Just not only because of what he's done at that club, but for the national team as well. And I thought they kind of treated him kind of poorly near the end. They gave him a nice reception at the end of the game, and they did a little salute to him, similar to a Totti-like fashion. But he's not retiring. He still wants to play. Felt like he got a little bit pushed out. He was willing to, from what I heard, take a deal of pay as you play. And I'm surprised, just because what you said about the leadership and whatnot, that they wouldn't have gone down that route maybe for a year. You know, how much would he have really have cost them? You know, $3 million if he plays every single game, which I doubt he will. And just to have that kind of leadership one more year while you transition with a new coach, and I think him and Gasperini would have done really well together. Look, that's not the route that they took, but a shout out to De Rossi just for being a class pro his whole time there.
Told you, man. I hate the young kids. Hate them all. We're almost filled with young kids. Maybe that's why I don't like them.
Yeah,
it's filled with these kids they're not that good. I really want to know how they're gonna go about it.
But I think Gasperini is kind of the right manager to come in.
Yes, essentially. So I could kind of see why that appointment was made, and I want to see who he brings in and how they go about it. But yeah, it feels right. Mm-hmm. But now there's also pressure on him to replicate what he did with Atalanta, and I want to see how he handles it. I'm not saying it's right, but there's definitely going to be pressure there.
Oh, for sure there is.
From that supporter club and from the owners, and I want to see how he handles that. So I look at every single club, and there's just so much to really be, so much for us to like really be excited to see going forward. Napoli, I really don't care, to be honest. We've really given Napoli no love after, and rightly so, for getting bounced out of the title race so early.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. I didn't even watch the game, to be honest.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about them. Their games haven't been meaningful for a while. I don't think any of their players are really going to make any big money moves unless Koulibaly leaves, which seems like it may not happen. And I don't really care until I hear legitimate news about it. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. And then there's Juve. And we're going to get to them eventually. Yeah. So that was Serie A in a nutshell. I thought the top four race was similar to the one in England, where no one really wanted it, but it was somewhat compelling because it was extremely exciting to see how one team would mess up, while Atalanta won, I think, the last 13 games unbeaten. Yeah. So they deserve all the salutes and all the guns. Those are my guys. They deserve all of it. Shout out to Atalanta. Get it in. Get it popping. All these other spots with all this money, do it. So yeah, we gotta give them a big shout out, man. Big shout out to Atalanta. Great season. Ronaldo didn't finish in the top 3, by the way.
No, he did not.
Do we make a big deal out of that?
No.
Okay.
But shout out to Fabs.
Yeah, shout out to Quags.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep doing you.
Yeah.
Salute, man. Like no hate.
No.
Really like him. So
yeah,
I think he's a great human being.
I've never met him personally, but he seems like it.
Yeah, who cares? We're just gonna go off what we think.
Okay, fair enough.
He looks like a great human being, so he has to be one.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
What's next?
Bayern won their Pokal, or was it called the Pokal?
Yeah,
they won. A very open game.
Actually, the first goal by Lewandowski I thought was really good.
Yeah, I think
the header where he leans back and heads that in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought Coman's goal was good. The first touch to get around, the Lewandowski chip, and everyone had their opportunities to kind of. It was a very open game at one point because
Leipzig started really, really well.
They hit the crossbar,
Yeah.
Poulsen, and then Forsberg had the breakaway,
Yes.
1v1 against Neuer, and probably should have scored. So it was an open game for long stretches, but eventually the quality took over.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been their MO of the season, where they weren't extremely great. It was a bit cagey. I still feel like they are a team that is also heading in the right direction. It was a season of transition. They were able to close it out with a double, which you would still expect them to do because of who they are and how much better they are than the rest, although Dortmund did give them a push.
Mm-hmm.
And they did kind of struggle in this cup competition throughout their way to the final.
Yeah, there was a couple games where they were
Yeah.
very, very dicey.
Yep.
But like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, Bayern do the double. To be honest, I don't think this saves Kovac. I think he goes. Who comes in to replace him? I'm not quite sure as of yet, but I just don't think I think he's over his head.
Okay.
That's my personal. I feel like a club like Bayern need a more established coach that is going to be a little bit more tactically knowledgeable. I thought they were tactically naive this year for many games, and even to it even showed in the finals.
I can look at it both ways. And I'll just say I won't be surprised if he goes, based off the performances this season and based off the fact that they didn't really live up to the hypes that many people thought that they could possibly achieve in the Champions League. Although the writing has been on the wall for the past few seasons, and Jupp did a good job to kind of, cover that up. On the flip side, if for another way that the Bayern brass could look at it is that this was a side in transition with a mixture of the old guard and somewhat of the new guard, with the Komans, the Gnabry's, and it's also a factor that you could take into consideration that and bringing in Goretzka as well, but he's kind of needs to bring in his own players as well. But are they going to give him that time? Are there other options there available? I could see both sides to it, so I'm not going to deem either or wrong based off the fact that even if he were to get fired, he could at least go out on these terms rather than go another season and, have a really poor start and then be unable to really catch up. Because we can't ignore the first half of the season at all.
No, we cannot.
Where they were trying to kind of get things going and it wasn't really working. But it's a transitional period because, like I said, now you look at it, Ribéry and Robben are gone. They're going to try and obviously bring in new players. And they brought in, you said last week, Lucas
Hernandez, Pavard. Those are the main two. I think there was someone else that is Hamas coming back?
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Okay.
Depends on the manager, I would like to assume. But they've made those signings. You'd like to think that they would try to bolster their attack as well. There are areas that they could bolster. Does Lewandowski stay? What about Muller? Like, there's so many different factors that do come into play. And the key question here is, do they trust Kovac to lead them forward? Because Dortmund have already started their summer business.
Yep.
They got Thorgan.
Yeah.
They got Julian.
Yep.
And those are two pretty good signings. Yep. Especially when you got rid of Pulisic, who wasn't really doing shit for you.
Yep.
So
do you put them ahead of them already? Or they're still Bayern are still a little bit ahead of them?
Well, I think they kind of pulled the Bayern with those signings. They pulled the Bayern. They took two young and upcoming stars from their rivals that are below them in terms of the title or challenging for those spots. And that's something that Bayern usually does.
Yes.
And they've taken two hot commodities in Julian from Leverkusen.
Yep.
And they took Thorgan from Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
And they're adding that, where now you got two guys that are proven in this league to really play well, and you put them around other really good players.
And I think the fact that what you just said, they're proven in the league.
Yeah.
So they're not coming from another league and having to adjust.
Nope.
No, they're already in the Bundesliga.
Put them there with Sancho, and you put them in there with Royce. Now there may not be an over-reliance on Royce.
Right.
So they've gone about their business quickly. I love it. And I think Lucien's the right man to push them forward. I think they'll learn a lot from this. And there are obviously some areas that they also need to look at, because I don't trust the center backs. I don't know if Paco could be your main striker for a full season. Mm-hmm. And is that midfield going to hold up in terms of Witsel and Delaney? I know they did have a pretty decent season for, if you look at it in its entirety, but you kind of feel like,
I think you could upgrade the keeper as well if you could find something. Berkey wasn't great this year, but that's not I wouldn't say that's an urgent you can go another year with him.
I don't know about that.
But I'm saying
I know
the priority one.
Yeah,
that's maybe B or C in the priority list. So
yeah, man, it was Bayern. Like I said, they got their business done, but now I feel like everyone's under the microscope. Now we see how they go about it. We see how they look to move forward, and it's tough. It's gonna be a tough decision, because they could gamble and bring someone else in and it just doesn't work out. And then what? You know what I'm saying? So they have to look at this wisely. They have to see who they've brought in for him, how many of these players are his, how he wants to play, and whether the players that they have are capable of doing it. A lot of them are a bit older. Not a lot, but some of them. The Lewandowskis, the Mullers, the Ribery's that were in there for a bit. Gnabry and Coman need more time to really become who they are. Their targets also are guys that their targets are interesting, because they're basically targeting the players that play for Germany. That's because right. Timo, and we really need to see him on the main stage.
Yes,
to see whether he is what
and I said that to.
No, we're not saying his name, but yeah, I know who you said it to.
Okay, I said that to him the other day,
because he can come here and say that.
I didn't think he was great.
I've
watched him on a number of occasions, and to me, he's not a replacement for Lewandowski.
No, that'd be
a downgrade for me.
That'd be playing a totally different style of football.
Yeah,
but so he's rumored to be there.
Yeah,
I don't think you can replace Lewandowski immediately.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think there's any striker out there that you're gonna bring in right away, and that's gonna instantly give you what he gives you. Mm-hmm. So I think that's also an issue that they could have if he decides to go, which is why they didn't want to lose him this season. Because could you imagine if they lost him this season? They probably don't win the league.
No, oh no.
Yeah.
No. If they're without Lewandowski, they don't win the league.
Because he wanted to go, right?
Yeah.
So I look at him, and then I've showed you guys the rumor about Sane.
Right.
But he has a lot to prove too.
Yes.
Let's not put him on a golden pedestal either.
No. He's been good at Manchester City.
He's inconsistent.
Right. He's got a lot to prove. He improved under Pep, yes, but he still has a ways to go.
Yeah. So even if you bring those two in, and it's like one of them would have to go through the middle, because you already got Gnabry and Coman, right?
Yep.
So you have to look at where they're trying to go. And I feel like this goes back to the conversation where there aren't that many elite players anymore. And a lot of them that are elite in that attacking role are approaching the end of their career.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So when I'm more so center forwards than anything. So they're approaching the end of their career. So it's tough. It's tough, but I want to see how they go about it. Dortmund have already taken a head start, and they've made two great signings. And I know Bayern, the Hernandez and Pavard thing is very good, but what are you doing up front?
Yep.
Because I don't know how much longer they could go with Lewandowski and Muller. I know the experience is there, but Muller, I just feel like year by year we're seeing a slight downgrade or slight decline. And then Lewandowski, if he wants to be there, then you keep him. But if he doesn't, how much longer are you going to play this game? So that's all I had to really say about Germany in that cup final. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I thought it was very open. I thought Leipzig had their chances, but Bayern scored really great goals. It was kind of the game that I expected. But Leipzig to press. I expected them to possibly create more chances, and they didn't. Neuer had to make a few big saves, but besides that, Bayern were going to get their chances, and they took them.
I think you capped it perfectly.
Yeah. So that means we got to go to the other cup final. Oh man,
I-
I feel like they deserve the music, but because TFC are who TFC are, they don't get the music this week.
Oh,
Barca. Oh man. Oh, Barca. So the historic trouble that no one talked about. There's probably a reason why they didn't talk about it, because it didn't happen. It did not happen. Barcelona lose the Copa del Rey final. What are they going for their fifth in a row? Or sixth? What
was one of the two.
I don't really care. And then they go for that, and then they lose to Valencia. And Marcelino's side has been great since the turn of the year.
Yes.
And I will give them that. But we learned more about Barcelona.
Yeah. I think this was more about what we learned about that Barcelona squad than, and credit to Valencia. I don't want to take anything away. I don't want to take anything away from them.
Why not? You can.
No,
I won't judge you.
No, I don't think it's fair, because I think they deserved what they got. But there is some flaws in that Barcelona team.
But they're also the ones that people are saying are under the microscope this summer. And remember my point about Griezmann last week? I don't know if you remember that point where I was saying, as much as he was, what's the word I'm looking for? As much as of a goofball as he is,
that's a good word.
With that doc and video spiel, LeBron 2.0.
Yes.
He's better than the attacking options that they have.
Yeah.
And it was on full display.
Yes.
And it's more of a structural thing. And I know Valverde is going to get stick for it. And I really
He's
don't.
gone, by the way.
Yeah.
As of from what I understood, he is stepped down.
Well, you know me. I wait for Barcelona's Twitter to kind of to make their statement.
Isn't that who made the statement?
I don't think so.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
I don't know.
I thought it was.
You can look if you want.
Yeah, while you talk, I'll look.
But I don't. It's not his fault. It's not. I can't blame him. I've watched, and Messi did have some great chances, especially the one where he poked it over Gaia and got by. I forgot who he got by. He got by Gaia, and then he got by Coquelin, I think, and then hit it off the post. We know what this side's about. Suarez wasn't there. This is not making excuses, but they had practically 5 midfielders in, because Coutinho's tucking in narrow, Sergio Roberto's tucking in narrow. You're not getting anything from Arthur. Trust me, I like Arthur, but I just feel that for all the Xavi comparisons by the style of play and his ability to evade the press, he doesn't really dominate games. He doesn't dictate the tempo of games. That's a big problem. Rakitic has had a very long season coming after the World Cup, and this is probably one of the reasons why the Barca board feel like he is disposable. Busquets struggled as well. Jordi Alba hasn't been the same all season, or more so towards the second half of the season. When I look at the options as for how Messi is going to really make the difference here, I've always stated that throughout Messi's career, he's always been at his best when he's played behind 2 strikers or 2 wide players that like to cut in. You look at the history, Thierry Henry, Samuel Eto'o like to get him behind. We look to David Villa and Pedro. We look past that, Neymar and Suarez. And even
that was probably the peak, no?
We look at well, I'd say the peak. He also looked just as good with David Villa and Pedro.
Okay, that's fair.
Breaking him behind under Guardiola.
Yeah.
We also saw with Argentina when they were at the top, it was Aguero and it was Higuain.
Yes.
So there were 2 goal scorers in behind him, and it frees up space for him and allows him to play creator as well. I look at that squad in that game. Coutinho, who doesn't look to break in behind, always looking to check in. I look at Sergio Roberto. Yep. It's and not to discredit Sergio Roberto, because that's a position that he hasn't played much this season, but it's not going to cut it. And we could give Coutinho stick because, like I said, he ain't better than Grizz.
Nope.
He ain't better than Grizz. And I always said prior to him making that move, he was a YouTube player, a nice highlight reel player, and now it's been put on full display, and he will probably run back to England, and perhaps when he runs back to England, he may do well there, but in a playing for a top club, starting for them, being the main guy, I don't think he has the tactical.
I think the lights were too bright.
But I think the lights will always be too bright.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. I think he needed, when he was at Liverpool, he wasn't the main guy.
They kind of labeled him the main guy because he scored great goals.
Right, but he wasn't the main guy.
Yeah.
If you truly looked at that Liverpool team when he was there, he wasn't the main guy.
Yeah, I know.
And that's where Coutinho needs to go. He needs to go to
A United or a Chelsea.
yeah. But I think even at those two clubs, he would probably be the main guy.
Yeah.
In the situation that they are right now.
Yeah, I know.
To be honest, if a place, and it's not going to happen, but a place for him would be Liverpool, because he would not be the main guy. He would be the fourth.
He'd be
the third.
He would be a piece to the puzzle.
That's right. And I think that's where Coutinho needs to go. He needs to go to a club where he is just one of the many instead of the star.
But like I said, I look at the squad, and we look at his signing, which hasn't really panned out. And then we look to the guy who's been the most important player to them, and that's Dembele. And again, not there. And this season, when things haven't gone right for Barcelona, if Suarez hasn't been firing, and Suarez does run in behind, so that helps Messi out a bit, they didn't have anyone to really stretch the pitch and run at defenders. And Dembele has been, or this season at least, has scored timely goals for them in key situations and big games, which is why they were able to win the league. And they really missed him again. They brought on Malcolm, and he did offer that width, and he was running at players, but again, Malcolm isn't that finished product yet, and he's not as good as Dembele. And that is where Barcelona really stand. There is no way of sugarcoating it. The midfield looks slow and lethargic. They don't have any attacking players that could complement Messi in the sense where they break in behind. And this was a loss and it was similar to Liverpool, where although Messi was more so Liverpool than this game, involved in some of their better chances, they don't have another direct route when Dembele isn't there.
No, and this game showed how truly dependent Barcelona are on that one player. And
it's been like that for so long.
Yeah.
And this season it just felt like
even more, I thought.
Yeah. But because last season, the reason why we're campaigning for him to get the ball on door is because when you really watch those games, the amount of times on a week-to-week basis where he legit saved them,
right,
was nuts.
Yeah.
And then this season, it feels like they lean towards that towards the end, the final month or two or three, where they're really like, look, this guy has to bail us out,
game in, game out. And he tried his best. He tried his best against that Valencia team. It just didn't go for him.
Tried his best against Valencia, and I stick to the point that he was the best player against Liverpool. So, it will look at it and we'll assess it the way you want to assess it. But that was a game where, yes, Valencia played well. They stuck to their game plan. They scored 2 goals that probably should have been dealt with better by the Barca backline. But this is why Barcelona fans are calling for change, which is with Frankie, the De Ligt thing. That's why they're pushing for that. Mm-hmm. And soon they're going to have to be looking for a striker for Suarez, who's getting up there, and perhaps wide players, because they're just not where... It's not that they're not where they need to be, but clearly they have a few personnel issues that they need to address. Yep. They need more direct play. They need more width. They need someone who could break in behind. And yeah, that's how I felt. It's a very disappointing loss for them, and they don't deserve any credit because they were poor for large portions of it.
And I think, look, that unfortunately that season ended. It's fitting that the season ended with that, because I think their season truly ended after the loss to Liverpool. And this was just a culmination of that. I don't think, and Messi said it, hasn't got over that Liverpool result, and you can see it. And it's not just him; it's that whole team. And the fact that they lost against Valencia, yeah, sure, it might be a surprise, but truly, if you actually take a step back and see those results and see their performances after that Liverpool loss, really, this is not a surprise.
It's kind of been the MO of their campaign. more so last season where it's Messi or bust.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I look at it. It's gonna be interesting to see how they go about things now, because can you trust Coutinho and Dembele? Is that why they're perhaps more so leaning towards Griezmann? What happens in that midfield? Does Vidal stay for another year? What are they going to do at Rakitic? Can Arthur be that guy? Busquets is somewhat getting to the end of his career.
And you can talk about the guys in the back too.
And
is how much longer they're going to have Piqué back there, and that's another club that's in transition.
Everyone's in transition now. We're coming to that point, and we'll see how they go. But yeah, that's a disappointing way to end their season. No treble, no double.
Nope.
So new Copa del Rey winner. So
yep.
That's kind of how I have to look at it. But yeah, shout out to Valencia. Didn't think that they'd be able to pull it off, but Barca show up like that flat. There's a good chance that things may go your way.
Speaking of flat, you can hit that.
Oh, there's nothing else you want to talk about? There's no other rumors that caught your eye? Nothing there that...
No, I'm going to save some of those for next week.
Oh, I was just going to hit everyone with all the...
Yeah, because there's a couple that, but I want to see what it
is. You don't have the scoop?
Not yet.
Oh, so you're waiting for the scoop?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Can't wait to hear the scoop, Dad.
All right.
I hope you have it.
Don't worry.
I'm going to G-check you on Monday.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, the Europa League's actually tomorrow. That's Sorry for anyone that listened. With the Hazard, because Florentino said that.
That's why I don't want to talk about it.
Florentino, shut up, Florentino.
Yeah.
Just get the business done. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the Europa League final is, when you hear this, possibly could be the day of. It's Wednesday evening. I don't think we made predictions. We're not a podcast that does make predictions.
Nope.
We don't really care who wins.
Nope.
But it'd be nice to see Arsenal win and make it in the Champions League. It'd be nice. Don't mean I ruin it for them, but it'd be nice for them to do that.
Sure.
And then on Saturday, the big game, the game we've had to wait an X amount of weeks for. I already forgot about it. I don't care. I didn't really care to begin with, and now I really don't care. Any insight on Spurs Liverpool? Have they even talked about it?
No.
Has there been a press conference?
Nope. I think the press conference is tomorrow. So Wednesday, I believe it's Wednesday morning. Wednesday or Thursday morning. I'm not exactly sure.
Poor UEFA. Like, no, I don't care. And I don't have any insight. I expect it to be a very close game. And someone getting smoked on Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Someone's getting smoked on Monday. That's all I can really say. I hope I'm praying it's not Klopp. Based off everything that I've said about him this season, I'm praying it's not Klopp, because he's going to get killed. But that's all I could say about that. You have no rumors? Nothing?
I got no rumors.
Nothing caught your eyes?
No.
Sergio Ramos of China? No? Not catching? You don't know?
Yeah, I read that. I'll save my thoughts for Monday.
There was something else. Aston Villa promoted.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. So congrats to Villa. They beat Frank Lampard's Derby 2-1. So Villa back in the Premier League. Good for them.
Exciting. Missed you for a bit. Don't do what you did last time.
Yeah.
But
you know what? There's some good pieces in that squad. So be interesting to see how they do in the Premier League.
AKA don't do what you did last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice to have you guys back. Who else got promoted with them? We suck. I don't care. I really don't.
You know what?
Okay, we'll say that for Monday.
Sheffield United was one of them.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it is, because I know a buddy of mine is a Sheffield United fan. So
okay, is it that guy that works for Sportsnet?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. I just you're like, oh, how do you know? Oh yeah, good for him.
Well, actually, the other buddy who works for Sportsnet, he's a Villa fan.
Yeah, it's good for him too.
Yeah, so
yeah,
they're both happy.
Yeah, do they both play on the same team?
No.
Okay, I was just gonna say, but good for them.
Yep.
Yeah, never mind.
All right.
You know I gotta say something, but
let's move on.
Never mind. No, not yet.
Okay.
I saw Fabs know that there was something on CBC this weekend. And it was raining. And then I talked to my buddy who
went.
No.
Oh.
But he somewhat supports the league, and I heard that like Calvary is gonna win it, and yeah, exciting.
Okay.
No one said a word on my timeline about it but him. and,
Okay.
And Curtis said something about that Calvary could probably beat the San Jose side that was playing on the weekend.
Yeah, he made that comment before.
Yeah.
Those went in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that about them. And I was just like,
Yeah.
well then.
Well, then they could have beat the other team.
I guess Calvary's winning the Canadian Championship.
What's their name?
Cavalry.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't even know about them. They're like on the wrong side. No, I'm joking. They're like away from Ontario.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we should talk about them someday. Get a little call in from their fans or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Call me at this number then.
Yeah.
It's associated with my phone.
Yeah, I don't care. But yeah, apparently, so I guess based on that, then they should win the Canadian Championship. So be prepared for a surprise.
Oh, they'll qualify for the CONCACAF Champions League?
Yeah, be prepared.
I can't wait for
That
some
would
Mexican
that
team to
would
light them up.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Canadian Premier League, and no Canadian Premier League players got called up for.
No.
But apparently it's in the works.
Sure, it is. Good for them.
But I don't get how it's in the works. How? How is it in the works?
Maybe if they play well enough, they'll be called up.
Who's the coach? Herdman?
Yeah.
Herdman better not. Don't do it, Herdman. Don't do it, John.
You know what?
No.
No. I'm gonna say honestly, the oh, actually, there is a little piece of news that maybe we should talk about before we get to TFC. FIFA has scrapped the 48 team.
Yes, for the World Cup.
Yeah.
How many?
You didn't know that?
No, I told you. I've been out of the loop for the past week, which is why I'm asking you for all the scoops.
Oh, they're going back to 32.
Good.
Yeah.
We have the gunshot. This is a great day. That's made my day. Yeah.
That they're going. I'm not sure if it's forever, but
No, it better be forever.
The next one was Qatar.
Yeah.
It's gone back to 32.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you think I got to deal with this Euro nonsense and then
Yeah.
40?
I'm just gonna fact check, but I'm 90% sure that's exactly what they said.
48 teams is too much.
Yeah.
How many are in the Euro? 24.
Yeah.
Too much. And I want to see the best of the best. I don't want charity teams.
Yeah.
That means Canada ain't making shit. I mean, Canada's not making the World Cup.
FIFA World Cup Qatar
2022
to be played with 32 teams.
Yes, and they better keep it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. It doesn't say about anything else. Just that the 2022 World Cup will be 32 teams instead of the originally proposed.
That is all we asked for. FIFA, you got it right. You got it right for once. We got to salute. This is a monumental day. This is a big day.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not happy about it. This is the best thing that I think this is great.
I mean, Canada still qualifies for. Well, they're gonna host it, so they're gonna be in it.
No. Give it to America and Mexico, and they gotta get through the hex. Sorry. No.
So we don't have a team in the World Cup.
Yeah. Sorry, Herdman. No. Not if you're calling up the CPL players. No.
Okay.
Nope. whatever, man. I'm gonna stop goofing on them before they come. They watch everything. Those young little kids.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after
If I
us.
say anything bad about them, you wait till they try to smoke me. But with that being said, is that all the news you got before we get into the main event?
That is, I had written that down because I knew you would like it.
Thank you. That made my day. So now that I'm in a better mood, you know what time it is, Dad. I had to turn it down because every time I try to talk, the music is too loud. BMO Field, TFC, chance to redeem themselves. No Michael, no Ozo. Still didn't get it popping. Thought perhaps they get it popping. Josie started.
Yeah.
Young Richie got a chance.
Young Richie scored.
Young Richie played well. And they fell to the hands of Wando, the vet.
The one player that they had on that damn team.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Goodness. No. No. Why?
So I've read, and I've listened to other people talk, and
Can't wait.
you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
I want to hear what they have to say because what are they gonna say?
I don't think it's time to push the panic button just yet on this squad. But boy, oh boy, do they lack a goal scorer on this team, a true goal scorer. And no disrespect to Josie, because he hasn't been in the lineup enough for me to consider him a threat. But yeah, you are missing goal scoring in this squad like you cannot believe. The defense is another issue, but I think it's a secondary issue. But there is no threat to score on that team. Zero. Absolutely none. Even when they went up 1-0, fine. Larea scores a nice goal. Yes, well worked and whatnot. And by the way, he did play better higher up the field in that midfield position than when Benny's been playing him at right wing back or right back, wherever he's played him.
Yeah.
But, and I'm going to stress it again, there is a lack of goals in this team like you wouldn't believe. And Pozuelo is not the answer to the goals. He might be an answer to Victor and to be creative and whatnot. Yes, absolutely, he's fantastic in that role. But again, there is nobody to score. There was a goal scorer at BMO Field. Unfortunately, he was sitting in the press box.
Oh yeah, he was at the Raptor game.
Yeah, he's here
with Posey.
Yep.
And then he's up there in the stands.
Yeah, gave him a nice. He got a nice ovation, which was nice
Yeah,
to see.
were you at the game?
I was.
No wonder you got sick. Every time you go to TFC, you get sick.
I know.
That's like this is a sign not to go.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when the weather's like that. Stop.
Yeah. So yeah, he got a nice ovation. And
why is he back?
the Saudi Arabian League is off, so he's back. He's back here.
Why?
He likes the city.
Yeah.
Those were direct words that came out of his mouth.
I don't give a damn whatever comes out of his mouth.
I know.
He knows where I stand on that. If I got to say it to him in Italian, I will.
Okay.
Google translate that.
I look forward to that conversation.
I'll smoke him too.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, no. The problem is that squad is unbalanced, and I've said this before. I know you don't like that, but they have no goal scoring threat at all. Zero. With Josie in the lineup, sure, but he didn't look good. He looked unfit. No Michael in the midfield, which honestly wasn't missed that much in a game against San Jose, who didn't really control the midfield anyway. And shout out to Liam Fraser because he played actually quite well in that role. But again, there is a severe lack of goals coming into this lineup, and I don't know where those goals are gonna come from, even with Pozuelo in the lineup.
Look. I'm not having that imbalanced talk. I'm not having it. I can't have it. I agree with what you're saying. I agree that Richie did score. So that's how they scored.
He did.
It was a game of two sides who really can't create chances.
Yep.
It was perfect. What do you expect? Who was in the midfield? Marquis is what Marquis is.
Mm-hmm.
De Leon is not a midfielder. Richie's not necessarily a right-sided player unless you're playing narrow. Was it Morrow on the left?
Yes.
And then you got one striker. They're better off playing two strikers.
Yeah, and they tried to in the second half when they brought in Boyd.
Yes.
And that experiment has failed.
Okay.
Horrendously.
A lot of experiments are going to fail over there. Look, the problem that you stated is equivalent to their problems at the back, by the way. It is. I understand they can't create, but the manner in which they conceded those two goals, how do you leave? They had to know that Wando was on the verge of 149 and 150.
Yeah.
They had to know.
So he scored some goals in this league.
Yeah, but look, that's my point.
Yeah.
Is that how do you leave him free
Open.
in the box twice?
Yeah.
Twice.
Not once.
Carbon copy goals.
Yes.
And that goes to my point. You're killing the wrong thing. That goes to my point that Ashton Morgan ain't a left back in this league.
Oh, he hasn't been good enough to play in this league for the last.
I know, but he's finessing all y'all.
Oh, I know.
He's finessing because he's getting paid.
Yeah.
He's getting paid. But you cannot, as a defender, give that attacker that much space to do that to you twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, because San Jose made the tactical change and brought in Hosen.
Yes.
Which occupied one center back.
Yep.
And then allowed space for Wando to do it again.
Yes.
And they were getting killed on the cutback time and time again. It was another TFC performance that was flat in every department, though.
Yep.
In every single department. And yes, they were missing some key players. They didn't get much service to Josie. And now you have to really look at it because it goes both ways for them, for TFC. And with that guy in the stands, it's even funnier that it goes both ways, because it goes both ways in the sense that I stand by the point that they got it right in their decision to do what they did from a financial aspect. But we all knew that they were never going to get an ideal replacement for him. And we all knew that in the end, the players that they put trust in is going to wind up by the end of the season looking like they got it wrong. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of 50-50 in this. But to say that they are imbalanced, I can't defend that, because who did they lose this season?
They lost Victor.
Okay, well, Victor got replaced like for like.
Okay. They lost Seba.
Okay.
They lost Haglund.
Okay. They didn't lose much significant, and Vanderveel, but they got a replacement for there.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm not buying that imbalanced excuse is based off the fact that they were already imbalanced.
Yeah.
they're already imbalanced.
Yeah.
They were already imbalanced last season.
Yeah.
You know, you lost arguably the best goal scorer in the league history. Any team that, if he was on any other team and they lost him, then they're gonna suffer.
Of course,
they're
in
gonna
terms of goals as well. Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
They're gonna suffer that. But this is a board thing, and when you're winning, no one really highlights it. But it's a board thing. That's one of the issues that I had with them from even when they won. Mm-hmm. That there was something about the squad that it's like, the window is short.
Yes.
And now we're looking at now, and I could pinpoint various areas. We've pinpointed that they don't have any goal scorers in the attack. We've pinpointed that they need new center backs. I could pinpoint that they don't have goals in midfield based off the fact that now they have goals from midfield outside of the box. They only have it in the 6-yard box. Yep. And that's solely if there are other players creating space. But now those players aren't there to occupy that space.
They're gone.
And they don't have a ball winner in midfield. Michael on a good day. But those good days are very far and few now. Yep. At this point, we're not going to get the performance against Seattle on a week-to-week basis.
No.
You know?
No.
So you have a lot,
and you'd be crazy to expect that.
Yeah,
as well.
I know. But at some point, someone's got to make a decision.
Yep.
Someone's got to make a decision, because if those two are not on the field, and mind you, they don't offer you as much as you would expect them to based off name. In Jonathan and in Michael
right
now, then what do you got? What else do you got? Mm-hmm. That they don't have a natural ball winner. They don't have a natural creator. They don't have a natural goal scorer from midfield. And I understand it's very difficult to get all of those things together in this league based on the way that it's shaped.
Yeah.
So I get that, but we got to call it how we call it. And that's kind of the issue that they have. Mm-hmm. So at this point now, you got to look at the guys running the ship.
Yep.
At some point, Greg gotta think of something, because he's getting paid good money.
And his time might be up sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Greg's getting paid a lot of money, and we gotta look at Greg and say, well, Greg, you've given us the diamonds. You've given us 3 at the back. You've given us 4-4-2. We know you could change systems, but what now?
That's right.
Because now you got what you got. Mm-hmm. And now it's your job to coach what you've got. And it ain't like you're in the tougher conference here.
Nope.
You are in in the favorable conference.
Severely weaker conference.
And you got to find a way to get results now. And it's not even a style thing. Like, I don't think we could come on here knowing what they have. Like, yeah, I'm going to chastise you. But at the end of the day, it don't really matter if you're getting the results.
Yeah, exactly.
Given what you've got.
Yep.
So you got to find a way to do that now. So it's pressure on him. Because it was all fine when you had the best players in the best positions. You know?
But now let's see what you're truly made of.
Now you got to coach Akinola.
Yep.
Now you got to coach Jordan.
Yep.
Now you got to find a way to get Josie more involved, especially if Pazzi wants to take a few weeks off. Now you got to find a way to get those midfielders going if Michael and Jonathan are unable to be there, short term or long term. You got to find a way to get the back line playing better, whether it be if you got to drop off a bit deeper, whether it be you got to put 2 players in front of that defense. You got to find a way to do it, because San Jose, not much better than you on the night.
Nope.
But they found a way to do it. And they were content with you having the ball. They found a way to get it done.
Yeah.
Because really, the only threat they had were in spells were through Richie down the right.
He was their best player.
Yeah, everything was going down the right. And as good as Richie was, Richie can't be your best player.
No.
You can't. He can't. And that's no knock on him, but he can't be your best player.
No.
You got too many players there who have been there that should be better.
And that was going to be my next point.
And you got to start asking some players. You got to start asking them questions. I'm really going to be hard on Josie this season.
As you should. He was given the money to be their best player.
I'm going to be extremely hard on Josie this season because you have to be. And you also have to look at some other players and be like, okay, well, what are you doing for me now? Markey is one of them. Markey is definitely one of them. And when I look at the rest, I think Markey's the main one, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can really kill Nick, because he hasn't been there long enough to really be like, what are you doing for me? Yep. The young kids are the young kids. I don't think they're that great. So they're giving me what I expect them to give me.
That's fair.
As long as they're trying hard and getting better on a week-to-week basis, that's all you can really ask for them.
Yep.
You know, and I don't even got no affiliation to Akinola or Light Skin Jay.
No.
Well, yeah, you got Chapman too, but that's another problem.
Yeah.
One day Jay go fight us. I'm telling you, he's gonna fight us. But I look at the rest. Markey got to be better. Markey's been there for too long. You got to add something to your game. Yeah. And I also possibly challenge that to Jonathan.
Okay.
I want Jonathan to develop a shot
from outside the box.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, this is perfect for Instagram. But no, I want Jonathan to develop a shot. You are 27 now.
Yeah.
And I don't think you've taken, or you don't have the confidence to take a shot outside of the box. I need you to take a shot outside the box. I need it to be a good shot.
Yeah.
I need you to start shooting outside of the box and forcing keepers into saves. And if you score the odd goal, good. But the nice little tap-ins, the nice little late runs to the box, they're cute. A goal's a goal, but you need to add more.
A little diversity to his arsenal.
Yeah.
That's what we were asking for. Well, I don't think that's
because he's not the creative fulcrum that Canadian fans are trying to make him out to be.
No, and he's not. But you are right. He needs to add that next level of finishing to his game if that's the role he's gonna be playing for TFC and maybe even Canada going forward.
I don't know why, but that's gonna be my new best friend, by the way. I'm just gonna stop laughing. But yeah, I look at them and then I look at the back line, man, whether it be Westberg or Bono or the center, but we know what they are.
Yeah, I don't think the problem. I think Westbrook has been fine, and I don't think any of those goals that went in yesterday.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying. No more Ashton.
No,
can't. Sorry, I'm sorry. No. We can't be doing this. So around this club, because they go to Vancouver on Friday night, and they gotta be better. They got to be better. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm asking it from Greg. I'm asking it from Josie. Pazzi's still suspended.
No,
No?
back.
Posse back?
Yeah.
And it's Friday night?
Yeah.
Ooh. But it's the first Friday night away from home.
Yeah, it is.
So this is going to be a real test because now we're going to know if he's just a Friday night guy under the lights at BMO Field or if he's just a Friday night guy.
Right.
I don't know which one.
Screwed one way or the other.
Yeah. So no. Because if he performs, then he's a Friday night guy.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
We just got to develop him into being a Saturday, Sunday, and perhaps a Wednesday night guy.
Okay.
And
Baby
then
steps.
And then yeah. So
Okay.
so we're giving him baby steps. But for now, he's only a Friday guy. I don't care. He can say whatever he wants with that little blonde hair.
He's a Friday night guy in TO.
Yeah. Under the BMO field lights.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care what that blonde hair has to say. It's cool.
When are you showing up with the blonde hair?
No chance. No chance. If it only making me perform on Friday nights, then nope.
Okay.
No.
Under the lights of BMO Field.
Yeah,
though.
no, you see, no, need my privacy. Anyhow, that's all I got to say, man.
That's fine.
I know you expect them to be better.
Yes.
I know all the lunatics that pay money to go to BMO Field every single week. Yeah, you're all lunatics.
Is that me included?
Yes, that's you included. You are sick, and that's why you were sick yesterday.
You're right.
You all deserve better. I don't care. I watch it from my TV, and I'm telling you what I see. I deserve better because I got to waste 2 hours of my day trying to get through the game to see you get cooked by a Wando. How old is Wando? You got cooked by an old man. Well, given Drew more old too.
Yeah.
But no, Chris, with the blonde hair.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Shout out to the blonde. This is like TFC is like a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just do better. Dad, you got anything else to say about
No.
them? No, you're good.
I gotta have my lunch.
Anyhow, they don't care. They want to know how you feel about TFC.
No, I'm done talking.
Sick to
about
your
TFC.
stomach. You just want to eat.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was episode 78 of the InnerViews Podcast. Don't ask us how we got to 78, but we're here live, kicking, do something about it. We ain't going nowhere.
No.
That's all about it. That's all I really
22
got to say.
episodes to 100.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe we'll get some special. They don't kill us before. Maybe we'll get some special guests. Maybe the people that say they always want to come to the podcast will show up to the podcast.
Yep.
Maybe Fabs will make his return. Maybe Diana will come with him.
Hey.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't care who else matters. I don't know.
Nobody else.
Yeah, well, it was episode 78 of the InnerViews Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, know someone that will enjoy the podcast, or it wasn't your cup of tea this week, but perhaps it'll be your cup of tea next week, you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and any Android apps on your Android devices. You can find us on youtube.com/theinterviews. You could also find us on facebook.com/interviews. Like and follow and like, and on Twitter and Facebook, the InnerViews TV, Facebook and Twitter, the InnerViews TV, where we post our thoughts on games or just the game itself. And if you're lucky, sometimes I post swaggy pictures of myself. And if not, we post organic, unfiltered soccer content from the podcast. But we've been so busy looking for the right guy to put all this stuff together. The right guy not being me. But we're going to get to that real soon. We got a lot to do this summer and not much to watch. Copa America starting soon. Gold Cup, UEFA Nations League is next week or the week after.
Women's World Cup,
because Dan really cares about it. And the Gold Cup. And then before you know it, the Prem will be back.
Hey.
And all the other European leagues. So there is no days or weeks off with the InnerViews because we provide you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis because we are the best soccer/footy podcast in the world. If you don't believe us, find someone who's better. Ask about us. We're here. Give us a bit of your time. But with that being said, I've said enough. And it's my 3-day weekend, so I get to relax. And Dan's hungry and he wants lunch. Pause. So we got to let him get to that. So if he ain't got nothing to say and I ain't got nothing to say, it's your guy Tyrrell.
It's your boy Dan.
And we are out.